Now you can blow bubbles or you can hum. First of all, I want you to duck under the water and all blow bubbles. Okay, so under the water, blowing bubbles. Under. Okay. This time, I want you to duck under the water humming. Humming. Okay. Yeah, blowing for yeah, that's nice. Yep. So, if you're humming and you've got hands in the you can't go off it. You can't use those like a hose. So often people blowing bubbles, they blow too quickly, whereas the humming is a nice slow release and control. Okay, and that's so you don't get that burning feeling of water going up your nose. Alright, everyone grab a kickboard. I want them to teach them to hold the board at the side. When we hold the board at the side, it's not laying nice and flat on the water. Fingers on top, thumb underneath, and then it's not too much weight in one place. It's nice and relaxed. Now, as a rule of thumb, your breathing arm is normally the hand that you hold your pen or pencil in. So holding on to the board with the hand that you hold your pen or pencil in. Okay? You're going to place the back of your head against your shoulder and your ears in front of your shoulder. You should be able to grab it and wiggle it. There's a fallacy that the breathing position is ear on shoulder. If you do that, you're almost on your back. That's the ear in front of your shoulder, back of your head, your arm. Now we're going to kick down to the other end of the pool in the breathing position. So you're on your side and your hip and your shoulder are pointing to the sky, like two shark fins. Alright? So often you see kids like this, and their hips are square on the water. Okay, so they're not actually in the breathing position. So on our side, ear in front of our shoulder, no gaps, hip and shoulder pointing to the sky, kicking, off you go.
There you go.
And you're trying to teach the breathing. See kids going like this. Yeah? That means they haven't got their aquatic readiness, confidence. They're not ready to learn how to breathe because they're worried about sinking. If they're ready, they don't hear their Alright? Okay, now, put your boards up on the side because everything we teach you the board, we teach you down the board. So we're going to do that same drill there and back because this end's not quite so windy or it wasn't. Alright? The palm of your hand sits on the water. It doesn't sit above because your feet are sink, because your body works like a seesaw. You don't want it under the water because then you're going to have a gap between your ear, the back of your head and your shoulder. So you have to use your core and strength and keep that hand on the water. Again, ear in front of the shoulder. And remember to use your core. Fasten your tummy button to your spine. Tracy might have trouble. Fasten your tummy button to your spine like it's a button. Engage those muscles, okay?
Oh, good.
Okay. All right. When you're ready, off you go there and back.
Would you change sides?
They can do. Now, you are not going to say this to teenage girls, but you all know that girls have more fat around the hips than boys. Muscle is heavier than fat. Girls find it easy. Boys struggle. We do not want you saying this because we don't want anorexic schools. All right. The boys will improve when they bring in the arms and the kicking. All right, but you still need to practice the individual drills and make sure you're engaging that core because that will help. Another thing that helps with boys with the sinking legs is holding a little bit of air in your lungs because your lungs are your buoyancy. So if you have air in your lungs, it helps raise the hips. Alright?
Oh, I started going like that straight away. I thought I was going to say.
No aquatic readiness.
Yeah, I know.
You see? Straight
I'm
away.
not confident, so maybe I should go back.
I really well to be able to teach it. I know that from experience. Okay, right, so with the breathing, there's two schools of thought. The way I do it, and this isn't set in concrete, it doesn't mean it's 100% right, is I will not teach breathing bilaterally until they can do it correctly on one arm. Because if you can't get it right on your strong arm, rotating that head without lifting, you're just practicing a bad habit. When the kids can swim, are you agreeing with me there? Yeah. Oh, thank you. When the kids can swim 25 metres, breathing, one side, with good technique, then I bring in the bilateral breathing. Because you need to teach them bilaterally at some stage. Otherwise they get really sore muscles in their neck. Breathing to one side is also a safety thing if you're swimming in the sea, to be able to look both sides. And if they're going to competitive swimming, you want to know where that person is that's going to take your medal away. All right, so this time I want you to do one length in the breathing position with the right arm going down and the left arm coming back, just to see how it feels. Okay, so this time, there and back, we're going to have our eyes in the water, and you either hum or blow bubbles. This is where you really need to watch the kids, because they're so good at tricking you. They can go through the motions and they're holding on to that air. So they're going to get to a certain point and not be able to go any further. Eyes in the water, kicking. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll onto that shoulder, making sure that ear is in front. I want you to do 6 kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And roll down. Now the reason I'm saying 6 kicks is because that's way too many. I want to make sure that the kids can get rid of any air that's left in their lungs and get some new air before they put their face back in the water. It's easy to reduce it later on. So 4 kicks, one holding onto the floor with one hand, the other hand at your side, not patting the dog. Alright? Coming. Or blowing bubbles, 4 kicks, roll onto your shoulder, 6 kicks on your side. Remember what you're looking for, ear in front of your shoulder, shoulder and hip pointing to the sky. Go. The same thing without the board.
Pictures of boys and girls.
One of the things as teachers that we sometimes do is try to get rid of the ball too quickly. You need it every swimming session. Our Olympic swimmers take it every swimming session, so do we. All right? Okay, so the same thing without the board. Oh, just think at the end of this, you guys are going to be so aquatically fit. Ready? When you're ready, off you go. Same thing without the board. Keep going, keep going. Keep going, good. That's what I like to hear. So now, with the board, we're going to do 4 arm strokes. 1, 2, 3, and when the 4th arm's coming down, we're going to go into that breathing position, getting that head right down and do our 6 kicks, eyes down. So 4 strokes, breathing position, 6 kicks, eyes down. And what do we always remember to do? Blow bubbles or hum. Very important. Okay. Woo. 4 strokes, 6 kicks. So 6 kicks is your breathing position. So 4 strokes here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're into the breathing position, 6 kicks. Okay?
So we're blowing bubbles the whole time?
Yep. If your face is in the water, you need to be exhaling. Yep.
I don't believe it.
This time we're going to do the same thing without the board. So we're going to do 4 strokes, roll into our breathing position, and 6 kicks, remembering to get rid of that air when our face is in the water without the board. And then after this one, we'll go on into learning to breathe bilaterally, okay? Ready? Go.
Go, McCarthy.
4 kicking. Kicking is worth 20% of your speed. So you want to develop a strong kick. You don't want a kick that goes kick, kick, stop. You want a constant kick. So as I say, don't be afraid in your program to do legs kicking with the board. And if you're doing legs kicking with the board, I would hold the board like this, because if their head's up, it's actually harder to kick. So they're working harder at it. All right. Now we're going to do something to try and break up the. We're going to do a wheelbarrow race. Can you please find a partner and stand next to them?
Something you need to go on there.
Conveniently.
We like to
Up down there, lads.
Is there an odd number down here? No?
You up down there?
You're down there? No. No. Okay. So what we're going to do, I want one of you to be the arms. And all you're going to do is do your swimming arms and breathe. The other person is going to hold your ankles. And all they're going to do is kick. Now, the people that are holding the ankles, whatever you do, when you go to breathe, don't lift your head up. Because when you lift your head up, you're going to push their ankles down. Okay? Make sure you breathe to the side. All right. Are we ready? Now, this is actually supposed to be fun, so look like you're enjoying it. All right. When you're ready, go. What we're going to do, I told that you want games for the kids. Is that correct?
Just one thing. You know, you've seen us all here and obviously at different levels. Like, this is your class.
I would be doing this stuff. There's not one of you in here that I would not be taking through those progressions.
Okay.
Because you will always benefit by practicing. And my advice to you, my personal opinion is aim at the lowest people in your class, not the highest. The highest are already swimming well, and they're only going to improve from what you're doing by going over those basic fundamentals. Alright? Whereas the ones at the bottom really need the help. And if they're a swimming club, don't worry about them, let them have some fun. They train up to 10 times a week anyway. They go in the pool with you, it's just an okay? You know? Use them to help the kids that can't swim. You know, because that makes them feel special as well. Alright.
In the last activity,
Yeah?
you expecting us to be like that.
I would have loved you to have been.
So that's
Yeah. Okay, this time I want you to swim freestyle arms, breaststroke kick to the end. Freestyle arms. No, on your own. On your own this time. That wheelbarrow is the backstroke as well. So that wheelbarrow and backstroke arms. Oh, look at that. Let's go down the other way. Backstroke arms holding onto the ankles. But I would get them used to it. I'd get them used to it doing it on their tummy before I put them on their back.
Yeah.
Do you want to try it on your back?
Why not?
Is your aim to make us feel unco? Because you're doing really, really well.
Yes! I'm succeeding!
You're putting me off the pole. I'm not going to come back to the pole the way you're
Oh,
going.
well, stop now. I want you to come back to the pool. Okay, with your partners, you're going to be doing backstroke. The legs holding onto their ankles on their back. Like this. Okay?
Are they doing backstroke kick or
Backstroke kick.
Just a normal kick.
Just a normal kick. Just like this. No, normal kick. Normal kick.
Just kick out.
exercise and you're going right under the water, actually try holding your breath. Because the minute you hold your breath, your lungs are giving you some more buoyancy. Okay? Right, that's enough fun. Back to the boards.
The boards.
No, I like it. Because you're also coordinated, because you now know your brain check. What we're going to do is in the breathing position, back of the head, touching the arm, ear in front, 6 kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Eyes down, change arm, roll up. 6 kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll down, change arms, roll up. So we're trying to introduce bilateral. Has everyone got that? Okay?
Does she go
Yeah, you might not have
that way or go back? No, go
Left or whatever. Okay, off you go.
Mate, you're going to be in front now.
When you're kicking on the water or above the water, what you're actually doing is kicking and making the water boil. Kicking just here. Okay? And it has to be a fast kick. A fast, constant kick.
So the ankles are making it fast, or is the hips making it? The ankles going.
Keep the same side.
Otherwise you're going to do kicking on the water or above the water. What you're actually doing is kicking and making the water boil. Kicking just here. Okay? And it has to be a fast kick. A fast, constant kick.
So the ankles are making it fast, or is the hips making it? The ankles going.
Keep the same side.
Otherwise you're going to do
Swing from the hip on the knee.
So when I'm kicking.
From the hip, you need
Two classes.
Oh, yeah. Learn the well.
from the hip, long legs, flippy floppy feet.
What do you teach there?
Just like that.
What?
That's
Just
it.
for you?
Yeah, the first one. Okay, we're going to do that now without the board.
I think a lot of people do that.
Yeah, so 6 kicks, roll down, change, roll up, 6 kicks. Okay? That was awesome. Now we're going to do a drill. I'm a great believer in drills for teaching swimming, and we're going to do the corkscrew drill. So you're going to have to sort of concentrate. So on your side, you're going to do 6 kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You roll onto your back. You're going to do 6 kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You roll onto your other side. Do 6 kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll onto your front. 6 kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who can guess why it's called a corkscrew? Because you're going to do it again all the way to the end. All right? Okay. Right, so this time we're going to change it a bit. We're going to do 3 strokes, roll into the breathing position, 6 kicks, 3 strokes, 6 kicks. We're actually bringing in the full stroke. All right? This is where you as teachers would be looking at your swimmers saying, right, they don't need to do 6 kicks anymore, they can do 4 or they can do 2 on ability level, on whether they're getting rid of that air or not. Okay, 3 strokes, 6 kicks. Off we go.
3 strokes, 6 kicks.
Yeah, 3 strokes, 6 kicks.
3 on the 6.
So 3 strokes and 6 kicks.
And Daniel Loda said, he thinks I do that, but I don't. I actually breathe out. So, you know,
Maybe that's right.
for kids, it's actually easier to exhale the whole time. You know, I think to do what you're doing, it works for you. Don't change it, it works for you. But it's hard to teach a child that when they're trying to remember everything else. It's actually easier to teach them to just get rid of their air slowly. All right? Now, this is the level where you start to bring in your technique. So you're swimming your freestyle. What's the head position? I'm going to ask you because I think you know.
Well, but I had my head quite low.
Yeah?
So when I learnt to swim, it was the water rushing around like where your
Yeah,
hips kind of sit
and
here.
that's still right with your eyes forward.
Yeah.
So about, and your eyes are looking forward. Now your arm stroke. How many of you see kids swimming elbows first? Yeah. What part of your hand should exit the water first? Pinky. If you tell them that their little finger has to exit the water first, you can't bend your elbow. And I always say to them, if you're coming out elbow first, you're taking half a step. If your fingertip comes out first, you're taking a whole step. If you're doing a marathon, you're not going to want to do it in baby steps. All right? So, the little finger...
Just quite 180 and then you probably do it in half.
Yeah. Pretty much. So your little finger comes out of the water first. What part of your hand goes in the water first? Fingers. Second. What comes after the fingers? Wrist. Then what? Elbow.
That's a ring.
Okay? So it's fingers, wrist, elbow. And the way you can do it is picture there's a hole in front of you. Your fingertips go into the hole, go under and stretch out. Okay? We don't want the goal and we don't want elbows out the water first. So what I want you to do, I want you to do 4 lengths. You are now to stop. And this is where I'm managing a class. The boys in this lane can do 2 lengths.
Thank you.
All right?
You miss.
You're welcome. You can bribe me later.
You do that.
So, you manage your class on your ability. So you could say, you guys, you can do 4, you can do 3, you can do 2. Because you don't want to put them off swimming, you want them to keep coming back. And I want a slow jump with a fast kick, and you're really concentrating on finger entry and finger, wrist, elbow. Okay? You want to do all time.
It's all going to take
So when we're swimming, we rotate. Years ago, we used to talk about the S-pull, and we had all these kids swimming going, okay? We don't use the terminology S-pull anymore for obvious reasons. You rotate when you swim for 2 reasons. If you're flat in the water, you reach here. If you rotate, you reach out here, so you have one pull on the water. Okay? When you rotate, you naturally get that S-pull under the water without trying. Okay?
Doesn't
So
your elbow
teachers-
have to come out of the water first?
No. If your elbow comes out the water first, it's going to have a stroke.
So you show me?
So you pull down, first and then little finger, and then over.
That's how you swim. When you do it, you do it like that.
You don't overthink it. So, you can't see what you do. And when we say to a swimmer, do a circle, You know? Do a big circle. That's a big circle. They can't see. In an ideal world, every swimming pool would have a mirror on the bottom so they could look and go, oh God, is that what I'm doing? You know? All right. Because our kick is worth 20% of our speed, we need a strong kick. So we're going to do 2 lengths, and I want you to do 6 kicks to every 2 arms. So that's 3 kicks each side. So you kick when your hand goes in, you're kicking when it gets to your side, kicking little finger. 3 kicks each arm. So we're going to do 6 kicks to every 2 arm strokes. So it's basically you go kick, kick, kick. Do you see what I mean? It's a fast kick.
You reckon you're doing 12 kicks?
So do every 2 arm strokes. So by the time you've gone 1, 2, you've done 6 kicks. Just give it a go. Okay, so these days a lot of swim schools are teaching survival backstroke, which is breaststroke kick on your back before they teach you breaststroke kick on your front. Why do you think that is? Because you can breathe while you're thinking about it. All right. So where can I sit? They've got a camera, and I'm going to make a dork of myself. Yay! So you drop your ankles to your butt. You turn out your toes. You kick out, kick up together. Drop, hook, out, up together. Drop, hook, out, up together. Your knees aren't coming up. The top part of your leg should stay flat, and you just drop. Okay? Now we're going to use a kickboard. If when you're doing this on your back, your kickboard's going up, you know that you're not dropping from the knee, that you're lifting your knee up. So that's a good teaching point for the kids as well. And as a teacher, when you're poolside, you see all the boards going up in the air, you know they're not doing it correctly. Okay? So can we try that with 1 leg?
Yeah, I go straight down. Knees up.
Straight out. Into froggy. I go froggy.
Good. Do that again.
Spin, turn, round.
Excellent. Not bad. Okay. So now what you did is you just came down and up. Drop, hook, kick out, kick round.
What a bendy freaking board this one is. Who gave you this one?
Rather than dropping and then down.
A little bit faster, yeah.
Alright? Remember, the glide is the most important part. It's the fastest part of the breaststroke. So when we were doing it on our back as well, we should have been gliding. But everyone was struggling to try and get their knees. It's full breathe kick glide. But I won't use that terminology because I reckon it confuses kids. I'll show you something in a minute. So face up, so up, and as you're coming up, you're turning your heels out to kick. Coming up, kick, turning, kick. Knees together.
I still feel like I'm doing. Oh. Yeah, that feel like I'm doing.
Dropping 1 hip. Yeah? So make sure that everything is simultaneous. It's up together, turn together, kick out together, down together. Don't drop 1 hip. And something that will help you stop dropping our hips is engaging that core, fastening that tummy button to your spine. It will help give you the balance and not drop that hip. It's really important. Okay, I'm looking for you first. Okay, that's really good. Stop. That was great. You got the idea, but however, don't use that sounds really negative. However, you are dropping 1 hip. your left hip. Okay? So can you suck that tummy button into your spine and now
Just suck
try.
straight in, to be honest. I don't think we have to hold it in. It's normally just suck straight in. I've been working out quite a bit, if you didn't notice.
The abs told the story. You're okay. Alright, so using those abs, off you go. Suck that tummy button in.
What's all your current thinking now, mate?
Not bad.
Oh,
Chuck an almond.
So that's not that. That wasn't good. There's a
I can't see because the water.
Here's a good example.
Can I tie my knees?
You're not whipping. There's no.
That comes this you might want to go under.
Are we just friendship holding or?
Okay, so, Brian, can I borrow your hand? Can you put your eyes in the water? And the minute I say breathe, you're going to pull your hands apart. Ready? Breathe. We want it faster. Eyes down. Breathe. Okay? So eyes in the water, and you're going to say breathe. And you've
What do
got
you
to
want me
pop
to
your
say,
Now breathe. Okay? So the idea is that you partner up, you hold the hands. The minute they say breathe, you and your head has to pop up.
Breathe.
That's it. Okay? Now swap. Now swap. No, you're not going to do a chicken. Ready? Swap over. Now you try.
He went, it's a bit hot, I need to have a seat.
Breathe. Faster. Breathe. That's it. Yeah. Okay, you get the idea. All right. You can go back again. All right. So we always breathe. We teach the kids to breathe the minute the backs of the hands are touching, because that again gives them that focus, that picture that they can remember. The other thing is, your elbow is always in front of your shoulder. We never have KFC wings. All right. Your elbow is always in front of your shoulder. You scull out, you scull down, you're catching the water, and you scull and recover. So your head is the first thing that comes out of the water, and it's the last thing that goes in. So you breathe, as you're sculling out, you scull down, you scull in, you recover, you drop the eye. It's not like this. All right? It's not as you're drawing the stick. Draw the stick, dropped.
When do you go like that?
That's the first part. Breathe, sculling round, sculling down, recover, dropped. Okay? When you go in front, that's when you turn it. So as you're coming down here, you're going out, you can either go like that and then pull, or just straight out like that. Yeah. Like, sort of like that. Don't concentrate on that part. Don't worry too much. It's a skull out, down, you're coming through. It's all good questions. You're recovering, and then you just turn as you get to the front. Okay? Right. I want you to try that, no kicking to the end. Are you going to say this?
No legs. I can't do the legs anyway.
Okay?
Tell the little kids, elephant, monkey.
Right. You say pull, breathe, glide, and we get. All right? Yeah. So, my drill I use is teaching you wrong. But because when you naturally slow people down, they speed up. It's a bit like a jigsaw and they put it together. But you've got to know the words and you've got to say it in your head, or you won't be able to do it. Remembering that every time the back of your hands aren't touching, you breathe. It's arms, stop, kick, stop, 100, 200. You've done it? Yeah. Okay? Arms, stop. So while your hands are still in front, you then kick, stop, and then you glide 100, 200.
You breathe.
Every time the backs of your hands are touching. So you breathe every time you do your arms.
Stop.
I don't care, you will.
I know.
Roll onto your back, 4 kicks, roll onto your tummy. You can teach them to travel, have a breath,
and get to safety. We all rush trying to teach the kids how to breathe because we think it's going to save their life. If they're not ready to learn how to breathe, you've just endangered them more. So teach them horizontal rotation as a way to travel. And that way, in your lesson, you're still teaching them a skill, because we want them to be able to kick and everything on their back, and how to rotate. So can you try that down to the end, and then get, are they getting dressed then?
No.
No?
They're all already
Oh!
But she's going to make them move around.
Okay, and then I'm going to hand over to the lovely. Okay, so
Try to say it again. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
four arm strokes,
Yeah, and then
roll onto our backs. Do not put your hands above your head on when you're on your back, because as a survival stroke, if they're not up to the breathing, if they roll onto their back and they put their arms like this, they've changed their point of balance and they're going to go under those skinny boys, you
So
know?
we like that.
Yeah, so 4 arm strokes, hands to the side, kicking, and then 4 arm strokes.
I'm just going to do what you
Okay? Ready? Go.
do life saving.